Yo, so this is gonna be a video to Smokey B and Joseph Farrar. So we'll start with Smokey B. How does it feel that you're a little shithouse that didn't come on my door? You said you was gonna come on the door, and you didn't. You literally said that you was gonna come on the door and you never. And this is what I mean with these biased people in this community, right? No one's called him out for being a shithouse. No one's called him out for saying that, you know, he was going to come on the door and he never. And this is what I mean. This is why these people on here are just a complete and utter waste of time. We'll get on to Joseph Farrar in a bit, but yeah, that's how you know they're all biased, because even when they say they're going to do something, or they take L's, or they get beat at the money game, they still come back for more, even when they've been embarrassed. Like they're just a waste of time, people in this community. But that just shows that they are biased, because no one's called him out for shitting it when he was supposed to come on the door. And yeah, I just wanted to say that I saw your community post where you were saying read the last one properly. I only said I was going to go on your door if you showed me £2,000. No, Smokey B. All you done was edited that today when you took that L to make it seem like it was something different, and you didn't take the L. I know what you done. You know, everyone saw it. 3 days ago, when that community post was put up by you, there was no mention of £2,000. Yeah, there was no mention of me showing you £2,000 before coming on the door. All you've done today was change that because you knew you're not about it, and you know you didn't want people to give you stick. But either way, people know what you done. They knew what you were like, and no one called you out because they're all biased on here, and that's that. And at the end of the day, it doesn't make any sense. Why would you need somebody to show you £2,000 before going on their door? How does that make any sense? That's literally like somebody harassing me on YouTube, right, for 6, 7 years. And they've finally got doxxed, right, by a private investigator. And me saying, I really want to go on their door, but they've got to show me £2,000. Oh, I'm not going on their door. You know, it doesn't make any sense. Did Mark Sampson show me £2,000 when I went to his area 2 times, or when I went to Trevor Dawson's area, or when I went to the Skint Virgins area, 3 times? Did any of them show me money? No, because that's not how that works. Smokey B, if you was really about anything, you wouldn't need anyone to show you any money. For the 100th millionth time, right? You've been shown money. You've been shown thousands. Well, why are you still on here asking people to show you money? I mean, you get shown money, you run away, and then a week later, you come back and you ask them to show money again. We know what you people do on here. Same self-reflecting skin money game. You know, it's the same old shit. You're not about it. If you was about anything, you would have come on the door and you wouldn't be asking people to show you anything. You know, you've been shown money. You've been shown money time and time and time and time again. Just like you've been shown women time and time and time again. Just like you've been shown a better life time and time and time again. Fuck me. I went on Timmy's live stream a couple of days ago and they were calling me virgin. They were calling me a virgin. And I've literally proved I've had sex. Again, I don't care that they've called me a virgin, but it proves that they're biased, that no matter what they're shown, they're still going to come on here and talk shit because they're biased. You show them money, they still call you skin. You stick your fucking dick up a woman, they'll still say you're a virgin. That's what they do on here. They're just self-reflectors. Show money, they run away, ask you to show money again next week. Smokey B, if you was about anything, you don't need anyone to show you £2,000. You can look at your own £2,000. If you really had as much money as you say you do, wouldn't you just look at your own money? Why can't you just look at your own money? Why do you want to see someone else's money and be proven wrong again for the millionth time? You've been proven wrong multiple times. You know, in various different, circumstances, situations, you've been proven wrong. Why, if you have got all of this money, would you need somebody to show you £2,000 before going on their door? It doesn't make sense. You're a moron. So before fucking coming on here, try to call other people a mong, just remember that you're asking people to show you money for the millionth time before you go on their door, and they've already shown you money before. Okay, so if that was the case, then how comes all of the times I've shown you money before, you ain't come on the door? You're a shit house. End of. All you done with that community post was edited it. You don't need people to show you money in order for you to come on their fucking door. It doesn't make sense, right? So you're a shit house. Take the L, and that's it. So yeah. Now on to Joseph Farrar, right? So I went. So you know how you were saying about how you know, you're saying about if I said I was going to come off of YouTube for 2 weeks and I can't, and no wonder no one takes my word, you know, serious. Listen, you might want to get your facts right. I literally said that I was stopping going live as much, and I was going to do videos disabling the likes and the comments. I didn't say I was leaving YouTube. So you might want to listen to what I actually said before, you know, sticking your nose in. And then you said, no wonder no one can take my word serious. Really, bro? Your boyfriend today didn't even turn up when he was supposed to. Your Smokey B boyfriend. Your fucking nonce boyfriend in Alpenton doesn't come out when someone goes to his area 3 times. You can't even talk on a fucking panel. And you're trying to tell me how you and anyone else can't take my word serious. Really, bro? I can assure you, I have met for the most fights than anyone on here. I've shown the most money than anyone on here. I've been with more, you know, I've shown more women than anyone on here. I'm just using different, you know, analogies, you know, in case you want to think it's this, that. I have basically, to put it, I have shown more than anyone on here. And the only reason that I've took L's is because I put myself out there to take them L's. I'm not like you, Joseph, a coward that can't even talk. So yeah, of course I'm going to take L's if I'm meeting people for fights. It is going to go horribly wrong one day. You know, it's like, I have met more. Like, listen, when you go on your boyfriend's chat, Lord J, Trevor Dawson is on there. I've tried to meet him. Bomb, tried to meet him. You know, there's so many people that I have tried to meet, and you're trying to tell me you can't take my word serious and how you laugh at me. When, I'm not being funny, you can't even talk on a panel. You're scared of your own voice. Fuck showing your face. I don't give a fuck what you look like. You can't even fucking join a panel and talk, and you're trying to tell me about people taking people's words serious when I've proved the most on here. And again, they're never going to admit it because you're not fat and ugly like them. So they don't like it. You know, that's how they are. If you're not fat and ugly like these people, they will always be against you. They will never admit their L's. Just like Smokey B's shithouse didn't show up today. No one's going to say anything about it. Maybe 1 or 2 people will, but they won't. And here's another thing, Joseph Farrar, right? If I didn't know about you people on here being biased and not showing up and no one calls you out for it and whatever, I would have been to Newcastle today going live, mate, and calling you out. Yes, I would have. Now, before you sit there and try to tell me about how I will do nothing, right, listen, mate, I've been to Middlesbrough trying to meet Trevor Dawson. I've been to Mark Sampson's area. I've tried to meet Bomb. I've tried to meet so many different people on here. So before you want to try and tell me how I will do nothing, right, you and your boyfriends have never done nothing, right? Everyone has seen all of the people on here that I've tried to meet, yeah? And, you know, and that's the end of that. So I won't go because we all know exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to go to Newcastle. I'm going to call you out just to laugh in your face. That's what I was going to do. I'm going to come back to London. You're going to start your shit again, right? And no one's going to call you out. Like, and that's not fair because at the end of the day, yeah, if you do madness like that, like, you want to sit back and relax for 3 days and watch the other person get humiliated by the other people. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you've tried to meet them. They haven't met. You can sit, watch these people get roasted for being the shitbag that they are, but that doesn't happen. They're all biased on it. That's my main point. You know, it's like, it'd be lovely, you know, sit back with a cup of tea, biscuits, and these people get called out for the shitbags that they are. It's quite entertaining, and you've caused that to happen. You know, it was your well doing. So at the end of the day, but that doesn't happen because they're all biased. So that's, trust me, Joseph, listen, before you try and say that is not what I was going to do if I didn't know you was all biased, remember, I've already done it. Remember, I've already done multiple things like that in the past. You know, Bomb was winding me up before I knew that they were all biased. Oh yeah, he was winding me up. This fucking cunt was winding me up, bruv, on a Good Friday. I just went to Manchester to call him out. And I've done it a couple of times as well. Because him, like you, make excuses, yeah? So then I realised they're all biased, so fuck him. Now, I want to get on to, right, these gambling things that you keep putting up. Now, here's the thing, right? I, as well as everyone else knows, you do not keep winning money from gambling. Now, before you try and say that I'm jealous, I've got more disposable money than you. I can do whatever I want. I can go out right now if I want to. I've got designer clothes. I have probably done more in my life at 28 than you have done at 38. So before you try to say that it's jealousy, I assure you, nobody could even pay me money to go back into gambling. But let's be real, Joseph. You're not constantly winning on them machines. Give it up now, right? The only way somebody could probably come close to constantly winning money gambling is probably like something like poker or doing singles on the football. And even then, they're not always going to win. Something where the house don't have the edge. You are not keep winning on them machines, bro. Give it up now. How many times now have you, put videos up and showing you've winning and what you've not had a £500, £600, £700 loss? In all of these months that you've been gambling and showing these wins, come on, it's not realistic, Joseph. And you're playing on like the worst machines ever, that will fuck you over eventually. Or I'm not saying you would go broke, but you would have some loss for £500, £600. But the fact that you claim that you keep winning, it's a load of old bollocks. And at the end of the day, if you do keep winning, show the videos. I would love for you to win loads of money and bankrupt the fucking bookies and never have to work again. I would love that. So I assure you it's not jealousy, but we all know that's bullshit. And anybody that has an opinion like this on any gambling channel has an opinion. It's not about being jealous, right? These people could generally be millionaires and say, well, hold on a minute, that doesn't logically make any sense. How does this person keep winning money on slots and never seem to lose? Somebody could have that opinion and generally not be jealous and have more money than that person. If someone's, people have said it to Stop and Step. How is this guy never losing? They're not jealous. They're generally curious, how does that not happen? Because, you are a bit similar. You're only showing wins. And trust me, mate, them machines, right, are not gonna keep paying and you never lose. Give it up, kid. Right? At the end of the day, when I used to put gambling videos out there, I used to lose loads and loads. And even in land-based casinos, when it was more fairer, there was times where I lost £600-700. Yes, there is. You apparently don't seem to be losing. It's not happening, mate. Especially on them machines. They're the worst payout percentage machines. So at the end of the day, Joseph, I'm younger than you. I'm better looking than you. I've got more disposable money than you. I can assure you somebody can have an opinion without being jealous. Because it's bullshit. Someone's allowed to call and shout bullshit when they see it and generally just not be jealous. And that's what it is. I would love you to bankrupt these bookies and get the lot out of him. But that's not realistic, is it? That really isn't. If you literally done a video, right, and you went to like a couple of bookies and you cleaned them out, I'd be like, well done. So it's not jealousy, mate. People can call bullshit when they see bullshit, and I can see through your bullshit. And at the end of the day, it's like when you're trying to say that someone's, someone's living under poverty. Brother, you've got a £200 phone, right? You got £30 jeans. I can assure you, at 28 years of age, I've travelled more than you have. Yeah? So it's like, you need to stop, because some poor fucker is going to go on your channel and think, oh, this guy's always winning, this guy's always winning, this guy's always winning. And you're really not always winning. Come on. There's something more to it, because if you was winning that much money, Joseph Farrar, you wouldn't be working. You wouldn't feel the need to work because you're winning all this money. And I would love for that to be the case. I'd congratulate you. But we all know that's bullshit, so we'll call it out on bullshit. At the end of the day, that's people are allowed to have an opinion. It's like me. If I was gambling, right, back in the gambling days, and I was only showing wins, and people said, nah, they're not jealous of me. These people could generally have more money than me. They could generally be thinking, how do you always win? And that's what it is. It's not that you've won 20, 30, 40 grand. It's that you don't seem to ever lose, which is not realistic. It's not happening, Joseph. So at the end of the day, you need to start. If you really are winning on these machines and never ever losing, right? Do some full videos. Do some full videos with the amount of money you put on. And when you keep winning, I'll be like, fair play, you keep winning. Because I'm not jealous. I don't need to be jealous of anyone, especially on anyone in this community. And I will congratulate you. And like I've said, if you go to these bookies and, you clean them out and you made them all go bust on video, I'd be like, fair play. Fucking, that's lovely. But it's not. You're full of shit and you're a bullshitter. That's why people are calling you out. They're calling you out on your bullshit. Nothing to do with jealousy. There's a fine line between calling someone out on what they see as bullshit and someone being jealous. I love it when people win money. You know, I know people with more money than you can fucking imagine, and I don't care. You know, and that's that. So, yeah, that's my video to both of you fucking absolute fucking clowns.